Can you hear me now? I think I fixed it. I hope so. Ah, you are not late. I started a bit early. You are right on time. And we are going to extrude out. Let's undo that. We're going to extrude out this section where the tiller is. I think it's the stern. Yeah, that's true. There we go. That's comes out nicely. Then we can split this again. Oh, today we are making a model of a traditional style English narrowboat. Let's see if I can get a picture of one so you can see what I... narrowboat. Images. Here's a nice one, which is coming from Wikipedia, so it is... So what I want to do is have a design like this. And yep, it's going to be in a future video, hopefully, for a very, very silly video that I have planned. Yes, they look really pretty. I like how they look. Yeah, the English do like their fanciness. And I've got that in level with that. And I'm not sure why I am bothering with this since it's not going to be seen, but I'll select these bits here. And we draw them. I don't know why the outside remains when I do an extrusion like this. Let's undo that. I'm going to try something. And that. What happens now if I extrude? It goes the wrong way. Axis. I want the y-axis. Yep. Undo. I wonder if I can just... I can't move that. I have to have a second loop cut here. Push it right up against the edge. Then select these surfaces. And we can then push it back. Okay, I'll line this up. We'll move it like that. We'll select the top line here. And we'll move it slightly forward. So it sort of leans the same way as this one does. That's... needs just a little bit more. There. That's nice. Now, the last thing we've got to do, let's go let's view it from above. And if you can see, it has this sort of curved effect here. So, well, go into, let's see, go into wireframe mode, select all of this, select bevel, and it's not beveling the right way. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Let's see if we can just select these ones, if that fixes that problem. It's one of those things when you're still learning the tools, can make lots of different mistakes. That's not what we want. Maybe if we go like that. That's peculiar, no. I wonder if we join these up into one solid thing. Go X. Dissolve the edges. I'm just going to close these things. X. Dissolve exit. That makes it into one thing. And now if I bevel it, it does nothing. Select the face. Bevel. That's almost what I want. I think maybe if I go select the edges. That's better. And now, you Mr. Bevel, just this. We want to move it so that these touch each other as much as possible. That's fine. Segments, we'll say 8. I think that's a nice effect. It's not the totally circular one that I'm basing it off of, but it does look like like a back of a boat. What are you worrying about, Stephanie? So there's a place for somebody to stand with their tiller. And I suppose we should put the tiller in there as well. But actually, we'll do that later. The other thing I want to do is select this one. Oh, I am not good at Blender at all. This is mostly me brute forcing things. The thing about learning any product and any bit of software is you just try things until you get it to work, and then build up little bits of experience making mistakes. until you get what you want, basically. And and you just learn all the little tricks. I'm not at all that good compared to a lot of people. Okay. And just ease this in slightly. Oh, that's not what we wanted. We undo. And we go to the 3D cursor. That's not going to work. Probably want to ease it in just a tiny smidge. Like that. That was minus 0.54. And we can repeat the same action on the other side by selecting that, snapping the cursor to there, then selecting that, rotating 1, 4, 5. There. Right. So, I think we've got sort of the bulk of the ship done. Actually, no, we should have the profile of this bit underneath. And this diagram doesn't have a front profile. That is a little irritating. Let's see. Let's go into the internets and search narrowboat front file diagram. Images. And there is the image we had before. Oh. That's not particularly useful. Hold on. There's this one here. There we go. Does this have a front-on view? Sort of a cross-section. Drawing sets. Open image in new tab. Okay, it's square basically. That is good for me. That means it's less work for me to do. You can just have it square here. So, excuse me. So I think our next step is going to be colouring this, because I think the tiller and all of that will be as a separate object. And we'll pop out of object mode. We'll go into rendered briefly because, yep. And we'll have this other cube activated. So our next step is going to be to basically paint this thing. so that it looks right. And while we're at it, let's rename this to narrow boat. And we're going to go into our materials. So we're going to have, let's have a look at one of our pictures, because it's all about the reference images. If we look at our reference images, you can see how the bow of the boat is always black, and that's because they put, just a second, I'm going to mute. Am I back? Yep. They put a tar-based paint on the back to protect it from, basically from rust. And then the tops are these sort of like greens and reds and blues. So we can replicate that. So this will be the base of the boat. And select the hull. And that one there. Make sure we get all the bits of the hull. On this front bit of the hull here as well. And select all of that. Just make sure we get all of these bits. Otherwise it will look odd. So we'll go new, and that will be hull. There we go. Oh. Yep, it is supposed to be on the screen. Sorry about that. So that's the hull there. And we'll select this bit along here. But not that bit. Ah, don't worry about it. I am awkward all of the time. And learning to get over my awkwardness is... Oh, that didn't go right. I just want to select. I don't want to move anything. There. This is another bit, and this I'll call the gunnels. I don't know if that's the correct name, but it's sort of like that trim area around the top. And the final, then this bit here. Right. Actually, just pop this empty and that empty. There. And along here. That will be, I will call that. I'll add a new one here. Don't know what they call it on a ship, but we'll call it top. And finally, we'll put this over here. And like that. And we'll make the roof out of the same stuff. We'll add that, and we'll call this the deck. So grab another one of these pictures. Okay. Just download it. Let's see, one that looks pretty. This one's fine. I'll save that image. I'm not sure why they keep popping the images up now. That was not what I meant to do. And we'll add this. We'll go pop out of that mode. Go add image. And this is another reference. And I'll load it up. And as always, I'll put it on a strange angle. I'm not sure why. But we just want to... just want to move it in so we have a good reference for the colours and stuff. There's no need to scale it right. There. So, we are in rendered mode, so we'll get the colours as it is. Select that. Hull is the easiest one. We'll go a black. Oh. Is it going to tell me that the other bits didn't get assigned correctly? Go into edit mode. Yeah, they all decided to be hull. That's irritating. Because this is only this is supposed to be. So select again. We go shift to up to there. Oh. Make sure, not that bit. Gets a little bit fiddly sometimes. Okay. So we're assigning that to be the gunnel. Sometimes we have to repeat what we did because we must have made a mistake and not acknowledged something, but that happens. It's like that top bit, but not these. And that's going to be the top. And then we go like this. And that. And here as well. It's going to be assigned as deck. Right. So we've got the black things there. Now, along the gunnels, let's make that one green. And at the moment, it doesn't look like a good green because we haven't changed any of the things. Let's steal that green. It's actually quite dark green there. That actually works. And we'll put that. I think we keep that deck as sort of that grey. And we can put the top bit. Let's go green again. We'll probably use... Actually, let's adjust that slightly. Make it brighter. Move it a little bit more to the orangey side. No, that doesn't work. It's coming out more grey. You probably want matching greens there, so there we go. Gunnel. Because it's picking up those things. That's fine. We'll fix that up later. And the deck here, I'm going to say we keep with the grey, but we actually grey it more up. Right. Now, this is really reflective. So let's go into the shading computer. There we go. Go back into rendered. Actually, material preview is better for this. There. Oh, I don't know how to use... I don't really know how to use Blender that well. I just muck my way through it. There we go. And we're going to reduce the roughness on this, which will make it more reflective. So take it down to 25. And we're going to add a clear coat. Ooh. That was a funny effect there. But the clear coat sort of simulates having paint on top of something. And also, I'm going to put just a touch of metallic on it, which will help it sort of reflect as well. So it will get that glossy effect. I'm going to take you, copy you, and put you down there. Move that one. Join these up. So we have that effect. Right. Yep, you can see, now you can see how it sort of like is reflecting the background, much like here is reflecting the background. So that's what we want. We will also copy this again. We'll go on to our thing for the deck. put that there, cut that off, put surface as green, but we'll change the colour back to the grey. Actually, so it's like a dark greyish. There. And the other thing we'll do is we'll increase the roughness, which will make it scatter the light a bit more. So it will look a bit duller. That is also what we want. Now, the next thing is we're going to put a bit of decoration on here. So we go back to... Oh, that's not what we wanted to do. Undo that. You are supposed to be deck. So we switch over to the slot that contains the top. We'll have our little illustration that we've got before. So, and we go image texture. And before that, I'm going to jump right out into layout mode. Select this object. Go Alt. Apply all the transformations. Otherwise, things go screwy when we put textures on things. I've found out through numerous failures. Back into our shader. And we're going to have a color selector. RGB, mix RGB, there we go. So one of those is the base color. It goes into there. We'll have you set to non-color, but we'll open you up. Now, where is our what's the thing I'm looking for? Might be in analysis, logistics. There you are. Open you up. And it gets terribly distorted. That's pretty typical. Extend single image, non-color. Coordinates. Texture coordinates. And that doesn't look good. How about if we use the UV? So we use generated. And we'll stick between... Oh! Problem is, I know several different node-based systems, and they all have competing key mappings. There we go. Texture. We need to shrink this scale down. Is that making it bigger or smaller? Sometimes it's hard to tell. Well, 0 is not going to help much. What is going on? Why does X and Y never do what you think it should in these things? I'm going to ignore that. And we'll actually tell it to make a new image here. Untitled blank, okay. Then, actually we won't call it untitled, we'll call it livery. Now if we go into texture paint, we have livery here. Actually, just want, okay, it's got white and black, that's fine. Texture paint, we'll reduce the radius of this, and you'll now see how dreadful I am at drawing with my cursor. Okay. I don't want the spray paint style. And 6. There we go. And right. Actually, if we go like that, that makes it a little bit easier. So no longer working on an angle. Yeah. Right. Extend that out. If I hold down space, does it? No. I was trying to see if it does the... Okay. I think it's actually gotten thinner for some reason. It's weird. Okay. Because it's really hard to do a straight-ish line with a mouse. There we go. Let's move ourselves along. Worst comes to worst, we'll jump out into Inkscape and use its vector tools to do this. Or we can roleplay it as being whoever's doing the paint job isn't that precise. There we go. I know some people will think, well, why don't you get a drawing tablet if you do things like this? The thing is, I don't think I've got enough talent and doing this so often that it makes... Oh, hello, 𝕊𝔸ℕ𝔻ℝ𝔸 that it would be worthwhile to use a drawing tablet. I am definitely thinking we'll go into Inkscape. We'll save this. Save this as livery. If we go edit externally, okay, we can bring that into here. Actually, just want to mark something here before we do that. Blip. I'll mark this corner there, this corner here, and that corner's there is marked. Oh, okay. I guess you'll be needing to go to bed then, Stephanie. Well, I hope you rest well and have good dreams. There we go. I'll save this again. We'll go into edit externally. Thank you very much. So I'll pop into Inkscape. There we go. What we can do is go white with fill is black, stroke is fill is black, stroke is white, fill is black. We will go like that. We'll thicken it slightly. If we go to object, fill and stroke. So go stroke style. We widen that out to say 5. And I think if we go round miters, get a nice curve on that. Go file, export bitmap. We'll export over the livery thing that we had before. I think it's in analysis. Where is our livery? Hold on. There we go. Export that. Then here, go open. Oh, I put in analysis, liver, open. Well, that's a little odd. Why isn't it using that image properly? I might have to go back into shading like that. Oh, yeah. So, liver.png. That's concerning. Oh, we got the UV one. This always happens to me when I try and do this. Why doesn't it work? Why is there a big round thing there? Color space. Oh, non-color. That might help. Nope. That did not work at all. I've never really gotten the hang of putting images onto textures. That's a weird effect. And that's okay. Texture paint. Liver. That's in the middle there. If we go save that now. Go back to shading. It's not even coming up. Perhaps we use the alpha channel? Nope. Because the black and the white should tell it which one to use. Well, let's just use the color directly. Yeah, we're not seeing any of these texture things. So what's going on here? Image. Save. There we go, back to shading. Okay. That is frustrating. But I think we might just live with going with these colors. And we can get around this by using other methods, is what I am thinking. We'll select this, go into edit mode, might have to unwrap UVs. That's what we have to do. So select all. Actually, select these ones here. UV. Unwrap. Correct aspect, sure. We go to UV editing. Those are set up like that. I probably don't want that to happen. Can we select all of those? Rotate them around. Rotate them 90 degrees. Now I did. Move them into place. Okay. That's slightly better, and I bet I know if we go into texture paint. We might have a bit more work. Hi, Mr. No Name. How are you? And we go search image texture. We'll connect that up to there. Ah, that is excellent to hear. Okay. Okay. Now if we go to texture paint now, we have a better idea of what we need to do. So I'll go black. Set it to black like that. Paint all of that black. That makes that go away. Oh, there's a little bit of white. There's a smudge there, that's fine. Okay. Whatever brings you excitement. Save that. Edit externally again. And we'll go into here. Yep. That's a common reason for a lot of less than good decisions. And we'll go like that. I think this is how we do it. This is just me testing things out. Save. Now we go image, open this liver one. We didn't get quite aligned. So we can trace it over with, I'll say, purple. It's interesting that it's not coming up on there quite clearly. Oh, that's that boundary there that I don't have to worry about. So we'll put that back to black again. And I'm going to put the white again for this top line here. So basically I'm just going to be roughing this in. Like that. We'll save this image. Go to edit externally. And this time we'll do it properly. Oh, that's a real mess, isn't it? So we go edit you, black, white stroke, black fill, and we'll zoom in. We follow that line there, and we do the same thing down underneath here. I'll save, close that out, and go into the image thing. Open image, that one. So now we've got more of a trim. Let's see how that comes out in the shading. Right. Once again, search for RGB, color 1. Here's this one here. And this color here is going to be an orange, sort of a gold. Okay. That's almost working. We'll just have to reduce the size of those, these things. So it has a little bit of coverage there. Shrink back there. Shrink back there. Do the same thing here. So we'll have it as a trim. We'll create another box in the background. Be completely black. And put that going down. Save that. Come back in here. go into texture paint. And we'll open that again. I think this time definitely switch off the repeat. Extend that one. Okay, it's slightly out of alignment. And we'll go you like actually we'll go into here. Note that it's slightly out of alignment, so one of these needs to go down slightly. I think this one. There we go. File, save. You open image. Huh? That didn't fix anything. Maybe if we have to go through the texture paint thing again to reload the image. Image. Reload. Shading. This is where I start to lose patience, and this is why my models aren't as good as they could be. Okay. And get that out of the way so I can know how to line this up. Let's have you right against that thing there. Get you up a bit more. Black there. Save. I might have to export as well. Replace. Okay, let's try and reload this now. So image. Liver. Oh, I went and broke something. That's definitely too far north. Yeah. You can see where the guides are. Okay. Delivery PNG, that's not the one I wanted. Where is this one? Okay. So this one definitely has to be lower. Can I change that? No. Oh, that's right against the bottom. Why aren't... Is it just too wide? Okay. File. Save file. Export bitmap. Replace. And we have it. Image. Open. Liver. That's not even... Oh, right. Page, export, replace. It's being a little bit temperamental. Open that. Live up. That's better. So that will almost be what we want. We just have to bring you down. Bruce, don't bring me down. Bruce. Actually, we can put the black background against it again. And you come down. This is almost touching. Edge slightly. Right. Export that bitmap. Make sure it says page. Replace. Right, let's have a look at how this comes out. Image. Open. That one. I needed just a touch more down on that one. So this one, just a touch more down. This one needs to be just a touch more narrow. The narrowboat. And I think the width needs to be shorter slightly as well. Thing is, doing this is actually making me a lot more aware of how this works. So these are all skills that I'm using on this throwaway project. To make things better. Replace. Image. Open. That's what we want. Now, if we look at the... Yep. That's... Now we've got that whole trim in there. So that goldy trim. If we now go into layout mode. And if we have these boats sort of pulled back a bit, that will give, I think, a really inline effect. So the next thing I do, at least for this, perhaps some water. But I think that will come later. We're in object mode, good. We're in cycles, GCP compute. rendered. Rendering pause, rendering active. Why aren't I seeing that? Just like that. So if we move the camera around, actually, I don't want to move the camera around. Let's get rid of the default light. We'll go into texture, shading, go for world, go for a sky box, sky texture, put that into there. That's normally way too bright, especially if we're trying to simulate something English. Increase the dust a bit. There. Go. Sun elevation. I'm going to say 90. Actually, no, 90 doesn't feel right. 45. That's up high. Got a situation where it's sort of blowing out. Let's bring back intensity by half. There. Right. Oh, I wonder why this front bit's grey. What texture are you? Because you are supposed to be... You're supposed to be hull. You are hull. It's just the angle that it's on. Okay. Now, let's put some water here. And plane. Add a plane. Go 10, 20, 40. Move that down till it's at sort of like where the boat floats. I'm going to go into here. Go to subdivide. We'll say 20 times, actually 40 times. Because we're going to be using a bit of texturing to do this as well. Switch out of the edit mode into the object mode. And call this water. We'll put it as a dull it's almost a brown, isn't it, there? It's pretty metallic as well, so... like that. And tell it metallic all the way up, roughness all the way down. Well, now it's nice and super reflective. It's looking watery already. And going to settings and say displacement and bump. Oh, hello, Terrains Derail. How are you going? Ah, good. That's good to hear. There we go. So if we're going into the shading now. For the object, we'll add on to ourselves a displacement. Search wave texture and displacement as well. Height. Well, that's too much. And it's going to be too regular, so we'll fix that shortly. And good on you for just completing school. I'll take that down to a little bit more. And I think if we increase the distortion, let's say 2, 6. That looks a bit better. I say 3. So we've got sort of regular ripples there. Say 4. And what we can do, we can bring this out here. I'll actually bring this over to this spot. Search color ramp. You grab from there, go to that one and into that one. And now the crests have sort of whiteness on top of them. That's a bit cool. We might add some noise so it doesn't look all uniform. Noise texture. And search. Math. So we multiply these two factors together. Change the scale to, say, 10. Yep. I'll just narrow this a bit more. really rough. I almost killed my computer. There we go. And we've got our containers there. And now, I think that is going well. We'll move the camera about to sort of capture it. This is going to be a very silly project once we get it done. Okay. Up there. Move you back a bit more. So I want the entire ship to be in the field of view. I'll rotate. And move it back. Just a little bit more. There we go. I am making a model of an English narrowboat. So these type of boats are designed to go through narrow canals, and I think I have almost what I want, like that. Yeah. The water's a bit iffy. Hold on. Just realize that we got that. I'll probably have to stretch out the water slightly. There. Ah, excellent. It's good to have some Indonesian friends. Here we go. And I don't have to worry about making the water translucent because this is canal water. Let's give this a little test render. See how it turns out. And I think, let's have a look at this. I think this came out pretty nice. Got the sort of like the reflection of the boat into the water. Got the boat itself and the containers that's inside it. The shape's recognizable. I think what I might do is make the hull less metallic and a little rougher when we go for the major project with this. But otherwise, I think we have got ourselves a good project. So let's check that. Yep, it is a boat. The boat, this is the type of boat that I'm making a copy of. So the little canal boat things. And so if you look at it from above, you can see it's like pointy. And we've got the same sort of trimmings there. And there's a bit on the back where the person stands to control it. So yeah, the things we do have to fix then. Let's do that. So go into the narrowboat, go to the shading. Now we'll go material preview, so make it a little easier on us. And now the hull, it's black, so as no metallic, it needs to be rougher here. 5. There. That will do me fine. Yeah, now it looks a bit thing. Don't like how regular these waves are too. So we go into shading again. Like, I don't think there's a bit more distortion on there. That makes it a bit better. And also add a value. Search value. Hashtag frame number. I think it's frame number. No. Okay. I'll delete that. Let's add it again. Value. Okay. Oh, it's the value frame number and just want to check the documentation. I used to be able to do this. Okay, it's hashtag frame. And now, if I go back into layout and move the frame forward, we get the water moving. That's cool. A little too fast though, which we can go into shading again. Do a bit of math on it. Math. The thing we're going to do is divide it by, let's say, 60, because it's 60 frames a second. Now if we play it again, the water flows sort of normally. That's cool. That's going fine. So what else can we do? We can put some background, I guess, for this. I mean, the main project is going to have an animation of these shipping containers getting loaded into the little boat. But that isn't ready yet. I guess we could do the big boat as well, but I'm just noticing that I've been streaming for about 2 hours. I'm getting a bit tired, so we'll do one last render just to test things out. What's the camera got to? There we go. Let's do just a quick test render. Yep, I'm satisfied with that. If we could do sort of like fluid modeling to simulate the water crashing over it, but that's overkill for our application. So I think we will leave it here for the time being. Right. So let's go back to my main room. Thank you everybody for joining me. Today we made a little boat, but at some point we're going to animate that boat being loaded up with containers for a very silly video. Tomorrow we will be playing Kerbal Space Program for the next stream, and the day after that Minecraft. If that interests you, please subscribe and activate notifications so you can see when I come online. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining me, both live and in the archives. I hope to see you later. Goodbye.